Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for nerds by nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Dave, and tonight I'm joined by a bunch of nerds. We're gonna play some 5e D&D. Ted thinks I caught him talking, but he was actually muted, so it's okay. I did not warn you guys. I just ambushed you with now we're live. So I'm gonna turn things over to our illustrious dungeon master, Nerdarchist Ted.
Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Delving, this fine adventure set forward in the future, many, many years to where technology is abound and the world has been explored in many vast areas. People sit at home watching their favorite telescreen program, Dungeons and Delving. We've got 6 groups of illustrious heroes who dive into the dungeon for fame and wealth, fabulous prizes, all of that nonsense. The group here represents one such group, the Sensational Chimera, and there are 5 other teams who have been competing. We have already had the first of 6 rounds in the dungeon. Round 2, we figured out last time that Team Sensational Chimera was going to be going 4th this round. The Flumps were first. They scored a total of 96 points, leaving them with a total score of 193. The Shining Unicorn went in 92 points for their second round for a grand total of 184. And the Gibbering Mouthers came in at 88 points for their second run for a grand total of 169. So we'll see what these illustrious heroes wind up doing in this session. But we're going to toss it back over to Dave. And in turn, we'll allow everybody to, try to introduce their characters and what they remember from last session.
All right. Last session, I was playing Enzo Belanger, who is a battle master human fighter, but actually he's really a cook. He specializes in dwarven elven fusion and the knife singer style of elven cooking, which is just basically the elven version of hibachi. And we had a big mystery last session because one of our competitors disappeared. They never returned, and someone had to pull their fat out of the fire and rescue them. I won't mention who. But the most important thing of all, I think Enzo was able to score another sponsor for our group at the end, only because he knew that Nebula really liked that particular sponsor, but that sponsor didn't like us. So I felt like with the events that unfolded last session, Nebula had to use some crazy tech skills in order to solve the mystery. And I pitched that to Bunny. Ted calls him something else. He'll always be Bunny in my eyes. In order to make that happen. With that, I'm going to pitch it to Nebula.
Okay. So the other team, the one with Serafina, got warped into some weird pocket plane, and we had to go totally rescue them, and she was an absolute brat the entire time. I'm just saying, I came out smelling like a rose. Anyway, I'll be playing Pop Idol Bard Nebula. You might know me from my smash hit, Tell Me How My Boots Taste. Doug.
See, Tabitha is finding that her occult power and cold-hearted ruthlessness is much more applicable to the meta game and not the game, and so she's been trying to manipulate and get inside the heads of the fellow competitors outside the dungeon, and see how far she can take that. And you can go follow Tabitha on this world's analog of Hark, the premier social media platform of Ted's World, at InvincibleSoar1 on Twitter. They're able to pick up the transmission from Ted's universe.
Can I just say how much I love that you literally made her an account? That's the best thing ever. Last session was a whole blast. The Team Shining Unicorn disappeared, and so we snuck into the dungeon that they went into and found ourselves in a different place entirely because the runes had been messed with on the door. And Tabitha, of all people, thought to use Hark as a way to get some help.
Yeah.
However, her lack of followers was not super great. And Serafina was like, oh, someone with an idea. Let me steal that real quick. And then she did. And then she proceeded to throw a whole tantrum because how dare we rescue them, apparently. Needless to say, Robin's character, Nebula, came out definitely looking better between the two because they had this kind of rivalry thing going on. And Hefty totally body slammed her, but in a hug way, because as animals are wont to do. And then we also experienced that there is a sneaky kobold who is not the dude who wears bunny ears. He is on Black Razor's Revenge, I think. I can't remember for sure, but he was totally spying, and Burke noticed him and was like, oh, just come and talk, whatever. So there are people that are playing the game dirty, as it were. It's not just our beloved Enzo who wants to do that.
I mean, we don't have any proof or evidence that he's just that kobold's not just in the Burke.
Was that Crag Branch?
Skick Cragbranch, the kobold from Black Razor's Revenge.
It's his last name. Okay.
Yep, Skick, S-K-I-C. So, we finished off last session with Enzo, looking to speak to Crag, the owner and major creator of Terrible Ideas, not the named bunny, although Terrible Ideas does have the logo of the bunny ears, so I could see where you might happen to make that kind of connection. But Enzo spoke with Crag about trying to get, some additional leg up, if you will, and he had stipulated that, somebody's got to wear the logo for their next run, and he would have something waiting for you upon your next run. So Enzo left with a set of these very floofy bunny ears. So we'll take it from that moment. Who are you planning to give said bunny ears to, Enzo?
I go straight to where Burke is, and I kneel down in front of Hefty and say, these are going to look fabulous on you. And I attempt to put the bunny ears on Hefty.
He just kind of sits there like a lump and just lets you do it because he's quite docile.
Is he? So Gantuans generally chew cud a lot, like a cow.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's an older Gantuan thing, or if it's like what age they start doing that. So is Hefty always just like chewing?
Yeah, pretty much perpetually, just kind of always like, he has 4 stomachs involved, so got to get that digestion going. It's good for the soul.
Does he lay chocolate eggs too?
No, he does not, although he might with the bunny ears. It depends on if it's magic. But either way, Burke will just kind of like pat him on the back and be like, oh, you look good there, boy. Just take one for the team there. That's right.
Oh, that would be fantastic if they were like the most powerful magic item we got and then Hefty just wears them.
So you notice as they don't look like the typical costumey kind of thing with the whole strap. But when you put the ears upon his head, little wires come down and almost like kind of fuse. You can't see how it's connected, although they are not going to fall off. You could pick Hefty up, if you could actually pick him up and shake him, and the ears will not come off. Craig tells you, or told you then, how to take them off. There's a small little button that you can push that's not easily seeable, but it is indeed there. But Hefty now looks like he's got these big old floppy bunny ears that just kind of stick up with the ends kind of hanging over the side, and they blend in well. The actual fur of the ears winds up matching the fur of Hefty, despite the fact that they were like super white. like fluffy bunny white before you put them on. There's clearly a lot of tech involved in something as simple as a set of bunny ears.
Interesting.
I knew they were
Nebula,
going to
can
look
you-
great.
Do you think Freddie or David would be able to we could make a Gantuan cam? Maybe one of them could follow Hefty around. I mean, that would probably do really well for standing out there.
I'm gonna pick up David and just plug in the instructions to just stay on Hefty.
Perhaps we could stream this continuously on Hark.
That's right. We could get Tabitha some more of those followers.
A Hefty cam. I'll experiment with it.
Yeah, also put in a little thing to spotlight on Hefty if he's doing anything interesting.
So they would somebody would remind you, or you might have already read this. You cannot stream to Hark while you're running because this is recorded and then shown later. So this would essentially be
right,
and break your contract. So you would be able to record and then
we can put together a montage later.
Yeah, once this episode goes live, then you would be able to share snippets and what have you.
Hefty's going to be a star, I can tell.
Oh yes, he's very jiffable, don't you know?
It's always the same thing. It's just him there sitting there chewing, looking bored.
Exactly. It's just him with the bunny ears sitting there, be like.
I've seen him carry an armored man up a tree in his teeth.
He's quite handy.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of the evening goes by as you wind up doing whatever it is that you typically prepare. The main area of the locker room, as it's continually called, is a hotbed of conversation. We're not going to dive deep, but if you want to either pay attention or be involved, there's a lot of finger pointing, there's a lot of name calling, all of the drama involved in who is behind what happened to Team Shining Unicorn. Some think that the unicorns were just trying to steal some spotlight by creating an issue. Some are saying that it's another team who has done something. Some think that the game is being rigged and giving other teams a chance to shine where others are being forced to fail. Memory, always steadfast, says that we all signed a contract that says that the controllers are removed from everything. No one knows who they are. We have to have faith. Let's continue forward. But it comes across in very much the way a Warforged dry, almost robotic voice comes out. Not too many people are really interested in his particular or their particular vantage point. So without further ado, the morning comes. As stated, the first three teams wind up having their runs through.
Before I go, when I rest for the night or whatever, I'm going to do this every night and ritually cast magic circle around myself to keep out all the different creature types, because I'm starting to suspect maybe people are going to be messing with me. I don't trust anybody, but just in case. So any celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead presence while I'm sleeping is.
Oh man, that'd be a great prank to use on one of the other contestants.
Oh yeah, that's why I took it, but originally, but then I started thinking maybe I should use that for myself too. But for sure, that's totally why I've chosen this. But
so, even though I shared points, you technically would not have been able to see what the gibbering mouthers had earned, because you would have already been into the socket but it appears based on the first two teams that have gone through with the little snippets that are shared that you can see. They clearly don't show you guys the whole runs because that would give you, too much insight into the other groups and the possible future terrains that you would be involved in. But during round one, you had seen the treetop and the mountain. And so far, it looks like whatever you had last time is, flip flopped to this one. So the flumps went into the treetops, which is where you guys were at last time.
Hmm.
And then before they got out, they had fought a water elemental. And Team Shining Unicorn went into the mountain and wound up before they left fighting a Belgora.
Oh, wow.
A what?
A Belgura?
Yes,
Oof. Okay.
a fiend of the lower plains.
Yes.
The monkey one.
Yeah.
Fists. So you are, brought into, the holding area, getting ready, doing whatever it is that you are to, whatever your routine is to get psyched up and to get ready to get yourself into your preparatory headspace. When one of the orange shirts that you have not encountered before.
I like to think of them all as Bill, and that's how Tabitha all of them at any time.
Well, this one has a name tag on that does say Bob, and as opposed to a
I'll still call him Bill.
sure, he's got a data pad, and he's like, all right, well, obviously you guys are going to be going into the entry next. You'll get to see, whatever round two is, but I do have some questions. Some anomalies have come up. Looks like, day and a half ago, your team was shown entering into the exit, and we're looking into matters after Team Shining Unicorn had left. Do you have anything to kind of talk about? There's some chatter on Hark about you guys getting in and doing something, but you can't always respond to what's going on that stuff because can't give spoilers and that kind of stuff.
Bill, our lawyer, advised us not to speak too much on the matter because of the danger that the show's producers placed us in by leaving the security so lax that we could walk right into a dire situation like that.
All right, so you can't give me any information into how you did something wrong. Got it. I'll make that note here.
I think you misconstrued that. How you recklessly endangered our lives.
Right.
And also kidnapping? Yeah, there was kidnapping involved.
There was no kidnapping.
Yes, absolutely. We were taken from this place to some other place against our will.
You know how these corporations can be so litigious.
So that's what I was trying to find out. I was trying to gather information, but this one here is saying that you can't give me any information.
That's what I was advised.
It's ill-advised. Listen, there were people missing and we didn't know what was going on, so we just went to find out and we got them back.
Okay, so that they came back because of something that you did, but you can't tell me what that is.
Oh, you're asking how we got back there?
Yes.
Here, come here, I'll walk you through it.
You
If I have
confused me
time.
when you said we did something wrong.
Well, you entered into the arena when it was not your time and you went in through the exit.
I know. I really was surprised there wasn't anybody there watching or trying to keep us out or
Okay,
anything.
so this thing you two are doing, this like going back and forth and trying to pin blame, that's not getting us anywhere. And I agree, you absolutely do need to know how we did this because, that could be extremely valuable information as to figuring out how you guys lost our esteemed colleagues. So again, if we have the time right this second, because I know we're supposed to be going on here in just a minute.
Well, there's time.
Okay. So I will like sit down and I will pull my phone out and I will just start like going through the entire process. Like, this is what went on, this is what went wrong, this is what we found and what we were able to use as a loophole to get in. And that was a good thing, by the way, because if we hadn't managed to do that, we probably wouldn't have gotten them back as quickly as we did. Like,
There-
you know.
There's no security or anything. You ever think about putting up those poles with the stretchy cords like they use at the bank? Like even that might have helped.
There is a team. There was someone at the end. There's always someone there watching. You know, there was somebody looking specifically for the other team. I'm finding it very hard to believe that you just bold as brass, you know, clear as day, just walked through unseen.
We totally just walked through.
Yeah.
Question,
Out of character,
DM.
I don't remember what we did.
We used pass without trace and did walk through unseen.
Did stuff to distract the guards.
So there was a guard there. Okay, that's
Yes.
what I was wondering because I wasn't sure if that was one of the
Yeah, that was one of the
or if that
that
was-
was one of the things.
missing. I mean, frankly speaking, if you look at the camera there, it seems hefty at first. And I mean, if you don't notice a Ganchuan going in there, I don't know what you're gonna notice.
Well, there's a problem with the cameras.
Oh, you should get that looked at.
Believe
Yeah,
more
that is
immediately.
extremely concerning.
But do you show him any of the the data from your little bot?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm trying to help as best as I can, help him figure out like why these guys got stuck in a pocket plane.
So after a little bit of back and forth, he winds up pulling up the same image of the egress portal that wound up having the one rune changed, and there is there's no footage of either your group or Team Shining Unicorn having that rune altered. All of it just shows the runes exactly as they were walking through, and you guys know full well that that's not
Like the footage is missing on her bot.
no
like,
on what he is pulling up.
Oh, sorry, I missed it.
That's
the
very irregular.
the information on your bot, your
Mhm.
familiar, whatever you wish to call.
Is that what it is? I never put that together.
It's a
It's like-
focus,
Oh, okay.
but it like flies around.
Yeah, sure.
But after a little bit back and forth, you find that like what information you recorded when you were in there, that is the only place that data exists.
Oh, wow.
That's even more concerning to me because like why is it changed on your cameras?
Are you in on this, Bob? Did you kidnap and abscond with the shining unicorns?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out here. That's why we're asking these questions.
Do I
No,
believe him?
I'm trying to gather information from what you observed when you should not have. But I'm not trying to get you guys in trouble. I'm trying to make this, safe for everyone.
Yeah, I can see that. Listen, I'll make you a copy of the information that I have on both of my hoverbots and on my phone. They all match. I mean, I'm pretty sure they all match. I haven't actually checked David, but I mean, nobody's really touched him to tamper with him, so.
Well,
Do
thank
I
you.
believe him?
So.
Oh,
he
yeah,
gave you-
insight is probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Do I need to roll it or is it not a thing we can-
I wasn't sure who was rolling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
Well,
I mean,
I'm paying attention
sure.
to this, and I'm not training insight, but I have a good wisdom. So,
Okay.
and I've been suspect of this because my gosh, I'm like the what you call I'm into this stuff. Like I
Sure.
love the comic books, so I want to know if like something like this has been happening before. I rolled an 8. Dang it, I forgot to use my new dice. I got punished for not using my new dice. I got an 8. I
All
used
right,
my
so you're
electronic dice. Dang it.
so you're into the conversation.
Mhm.
So you're not actually reading it. You're like the drama of this that you haven't really seen on seasons past. It's been more about the interplay and the actual dungeon runs themselves. There hasn't been these mysteries, or if they have, they've never been made public. So like you don't even get a read on this guy.
Okay. So I'll just kind of like give, probably Enzo seems like the most crafty. So I'll probably just give him like a.
Yeah, I don't trust him. I just choose not to believe him.
Sure.
It's not so much that Nebula straight up believes him as it is that she knows what this looks like on her.
He comes across as like clean slate. It doesn't seem like he's trying to place blame. He's not trying to cover anything up. He's looking, you get the idea that he's trying to gather all of the information and figure out what went wrong.
Is there anything that we didn't like record that would be pertinent? Because I don't suspect this guy. I mean, I'd say he's just some worm doing his job.
I was recording the entire time because I wanted to be able to prove that we weren't doing anything cheaty back there.
Right.
Well,
But
except for
somebody-
hacking into the egress portal.
Yeah,
So
but I
they-
mean, we didn't do anything with it that could screw anybody else over.
So I mean, nothing that you guys encountered really jumps out at you, like with a blaring siren or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right. Except what we showed him.
Right. Yeah, except for what we've already talked about.
Right.
Okay. So all right,
There's been no mishaps with the other teams that have gone to today. So far?
Every team looks like they've been going through quite all right.
Yeah.
Gibbering Mouthers are looks like they're just finishing up as his little data pad blips.
Then I will crack my knuckles and say, but then
we
it looks like
get
we're
you guys back to ready area. Make sure you're ready and raring to go, and get you guys your run.
Awesome. Hey, will you keep me posted on what's going on with this? Like if you figure out what went wrong with the portal?
I can give you whatever information that I am told I'm allowed to share.
Okay. Good enough.
He lingers for a moment, like kind of
Is that Enzo? Watching you.
Unsure of what to say, and this is like the first moment where those of you who would be more inclined to really give somebody a look over or insight or whatnot, might find suspect before he just is like, all right, and winds up leaving. Whatever thought was left unsaid was left unsaid.
Fanboys, am I right?
What do you think the controllers really are?
Fiends.
I bet they're mind flayers.
They could be extraplanar entities, minor deities, kobolds. Who knows? Could be gnomes.
That's quite a swing.
Yeah,
Minor deities all the way down to kobolds.
that's how wide of a gamut we could be running here.
Minor kobold deities.
Oh,
I'm sure Kurt
Well, wait a
Toltemak
second.
isn't the only one.
Wouldn't kobold deities be minors anyway?
But
Isn't that what they do? They dig tunnels?
Almost they're
Traditionally
dragons.
speaking, yes.
yeah,
Sorry, I like the puns of miners. So without further ado, the doorway opens up, and you are yet again upon the move room. With the yes, the escalator goes up.
While we're going, Burke is gonna lean into
Oh.
Enzo and be like, "We didn't mess with them, right? Like you didn't do anything sneaky."
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I mean, I wanted to. I just didn't get around to it.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking you'd probably want credit if you did.
I think that's one of the things you don't want the credit for.
Oh, okay. I'm very bad at lying.
Well, we'll work on it, kid. We'll get better.
After a little ways, the doorway to the right, or the wall to the right, kind of slides up, and there are this time 3 boxes, 2 of which that have the triple M logos upon them, and then a third smaller box that has the rabbit that looks like it's running on it.
should we let Hefty open that one?
How is he going to open it? He doesn't have hands.
He doesn't have thumbs. I love
Like as you guys are having this conversation, I'm already poking in it.
Okay.
All right. So it looks to be when you open it up, however you would define a tech belt.
Okay.
Belt. So like a Batman utility belt?
More like it's metallic. It looks like it's got like a an access pad on one spot, possibly to remote control something, but doesn't look like it's linked to anything else. There's nothing else that's here, but it's very shiny, very fancy, and it screams of tech.
it. Also
I hate to say it,
screams
but I
of
think it would
Nebula.
look. Oh, I was thinking it would look cool on Hefty.
It
Get a-
literally
Get a
matches
Chewbacca
Nebula's
getting like a
boots.
Chewbacca vibe. Strap.
All I
But-
can think is that we're going to have a terrible time stealthing with this belt constantly screaming tech over and over again.
I sing song voice. He can fight me for it.
What is it, Nebula?
I'm not actually 100% sure yet, but it is shiny and chrome, and I'm wearing it.
And it has buttons.
It looks fantastic.
I think I'm gonna interplay here. I think as Nebula's putting it on, she responds with one word: fancy, and stops there.
Yes. I like that.
It is indeed.
The other box, or the other 2 boxes from Man's Mighty Munitions, has got some explosives in it.
Ooh,
Oh my.
Hmm.
This looks mighty dangerous.
kind of
It
expensive.
does. It really does.
So it's clearly states that things go boom, and they can either be chucked. They can, like, you can, as part of using it, you can set it to detonate upon contact, or you can set it up via a timer up to several minutes.
Okay.
Oh my. I should probably not hold these because I throw fire.
I'd be happy to hold on to any explosive devices.
Are they considered ranged weapons?
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can throw them?
I can throw them. How many are there?
There are 2.
Okay, I'll take one, and you can take one.
Okay. Tell you what, you can throw yours. I'll set mine.
I love the idea of Tabitha blowing something up.
I do
know.
too, Nebula.
With not Eldritch Blast.
What's Eldritch Blast?
Thanks. Short and sweet. They explode for 4d6 points of damage. You can and crit on a 19-20. And you can either, as part of the attack action, set it to detonate upon contact, which means half damage on a miss. And then, or you could set a timer for up to 3 minutes.
Nice.
But once they go boom, they are gone.
Okay. Consumables. I will consume it.
Your belt there, Nebula. That winds up as you put it on. You just kind of get this chill that seems to run up your spine. Do you wish to attune to said belt while putting it on?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it is a belt of action and will allow you to action surge once a day.
Ooh.
And it gives you a chill down your spine, girl.
Well, that's
Tabitha.
You gotta let me try that on later.
All right.
I don't get it.
You will when you're older.
Don't you want to feel the icy touch of death, Burke?
Oh,
Maybe
not
I'll get it when I'm
particularly.
older.
It's
I already
exhilarating.
feel icy touch quite often with home because it's very piney and cold there.
Huh. I roll my eyes and walk away.
Yet again, once you extract your things to aid in your current run, the wall comes back down.
What was in the third box?
There were 2 explosives.
Oh, one in each.
Yep.
Oh, okay. We can be
my
bomb buddies,
apologies, that was
Enzo.
not more clear. Gonna leave you hanging,
Yeah.
Tabitha.
He did. That's all right. She'll still go and walk away.
The wall that was in front winds up sliding, and for just a moment, you step out into the empty space, the grid that you had seen before.
Oh.
Before it shimmers, and you find yourself.
That's not supposed to happen, right?
It does. That's what happened last time.
Oh, it did? Oh, I thought we didn't know that it was like a holodeck thing. Like, didn't we just walk out into the environment, like in the treetops?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
If I did,
I was just making sure I wasn't missing a crucial element that you left in there.
I'm just trying to set the scene, and maybe I'm combining elements from the other 2 sessions. But you step out, and you find yourself on a very slanted mountainscape. The slope is steep. Looks like you could go in a multitude of directions from here. So you have a hard time hearing each other as the wind whips and howls. The ground, the base of the mountain, is quite a long distance away.
I'm plastered to the side. I am a klutz and afraid of heights. I do not like this. But I'm trying to still look unbothered.
So, do you want a bluff check against my insight?
Oh, sure.
That one, I have no idea.
23. I'm fine. This is
Tabitha,
fine.
cool as a cucumber.
Totally fine.
Bluff was 3rd edition. It's deception now.
Yeah.
Oh
I know.
yeah.
I don't
I'm old.
much. I don't much care for this. I'm very concerned now about avalanches. So hold on 1 minute, everybody,
Okay.
and
Let's not
I
start
will
listing all
rub
the
my hands
disasters.
together and put my hands into the mountainside. And when I do, it almost looks like at people's feet up to about their shins is turning to the mountain for a brief period, and then it's like boom, and Pass Without Trace is up. So that way we don't trigger an avalanche.
Doesn't that just help with stealth?
Yes, because we need to be quiet.
Oh, you mean like inadvertently cause an avalanche?
Exactly. I want us to be quiet because I don't want an avalanche to happen and knock us all off the mountain.
I don't want that to happen either.
Sorry, I'm paranoid. Now I'm like paranoid from multiple angles because we're like on a precipice and there's a mystery involved. And so we're already on edge from that. And it's like,
I look at the mountainside and look down, and then I look at Nebula. Do you have that thing still?
what?
That thing.
Yeah, where you made me fall really slow.
Oh yeah, super do. It's all right. I got you guys.
Oh, good. The goal is to get off the mountain as quickly as possible. We'll start moving down then.
No, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be escalating.
Oh.
No, you're at the top.
Oh.
You're at the top of the mountain. The wind is howling, and you can only go down from here. The question is,
Oh.
which way are you going to go?
So, do you guys want a feather fall?
Totally.
How long does that last?
Hold on. I think
No,
it's
Featherfall only lasts a minute, and you float very slowly, 60 feet.
Yeah, I
see,
think
how far up are we?
we're on the top of a mountain,
Top of a mountain. You're talking
like a snow cap.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a sheer cliff. It's probably angled. So
Yeah. You're talking. It's steep at the moment.
We're basically gods. We can do this. I don't say that.
The heck? Where is my spell? I know I have it. It's like not on my character sheet. I know I have it. I used it last week.
Yell at the computer. It will respond better.
I mean, sometimes it's the universal law of spite.
does somebody have resilient sphere? That would be like perfect.
Oh my god, man. I'd settle for some crampons right now.
I see what happened. Anyway, Featherfall.
Is there any discernible pathways? Like, is there?
There are 3 different ways that you could go. You could head down towards the forest. You could head down towards where it's just kind of an open path, or you could head down to where it's like craggy and rocky.
I like that
So
idea.
it would,
I'm gonna point to that and be like, I like the craggy, rocky.
Well, could we not just like Featherfall to the next like walking level?
I don't know.
I mean, you could fall a little bit, but like it's not like a sheer cliff. You can just
Right. This is like
hop off and-
Skyrim rules. We're gonna get caught on something. I like that.
Well, like you could jump out and glide down, but you'd hit more ground. It's not like super sheer. I mean, it's a slope.
Yeah.
Besides, we get points for how awesome we are along the way. Although that would be pretty awesome
Indeed.
to just skip the whole thing.
I mean, it would be
Would
cool if
that
we could
be
moon
good?
bounce down, but I just don't think Featherfall works that way.
Yeah.
Nah, Featherfall.
I mean, if we
contact.
started doing that, it would be like our first hit was just like the best thing we did, and then we couldn't ever re-achieve that success. So we should probably just try a different tactic.
So I'm in favor of just like dropping down to the next walking level.
Well, how far down would that be?
At best, you're gonna get 120 feet if you all concentrate together, jump out as far as you can with a good athletics check, then cast Featherfall.
Oh,
It's not
120
going to
feet's
save you a
good.
whole lot.
Tabitha's gonna Sean Bean it, man. She does not want to jump off a mountain. So you guys go ahead. I'll just start trucking. Take the helicopter. I'm fine. I'll make it.
I guess we should go with Tabitha. She doesn't
You don't
seem
have
to
to.
like that idea.
You can do it. You do whatever you want. It's a
Oh, we got to
get much further than
we
me.
got to BA Baraka her.
I don't know what
I
that
mean, he
means.
just said you're
Didn't
gonna
catch
go
it.
about the same speed.
Oh my
so.
god. No A team fans.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but Robin didn't.
I know,
I didn't either.
I know. See,
God.
there was
Just
this
took
really
Mr.
old
T
show.
onto the plane.
I'm not going to explain it to you. So
I'm not old anymore.
Yeah.
It's all contextual.
You can make 3-5 references, but you don't understand the A Team.
Yeah.
Sigh.
Well, I play D&D.
I am
All right.
familiar with the A Team only to the extent I know the name and know that Mr. T was in a commercial for WoW where he played a night elf mohawk.
Yeah.
That's the extent of it.
Yes.
I pity the fool that isn't familiar with the A Team. That's all I got.
Pitiful, yeah.
I
All
did
right.
get that.
So I begin bounding after Tabitha.
Yep. I'm just gonna ride Hefty with his little bunny ears like flopping in the process.
All
You
right.
want to ride, Nebula, so you don't have to walk so much?
Oh, I'm just going to drop and meet you where you end up.
Oh, okay.
I'm using Featherfall.
Yeah, totally.
So how many spell slots are you going to use on Featherfall?
I mean, like, it depends on like where they're like how far they're climbing down to, because I figure that like the different paths down are probably in different directions and probably not the same height, right?
Well, I mean, you're at the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
It's sloped down, and there's like, you know, the path to the left from where you're standing is trees. The path to your right is where it's craggy, and the path, you know, straight in front of you is, just a solid slope. There doesn't really seem to be a whole lot of obstacles and things in the way. But you understand that if you go to the mountain that way and they go to the mountain that way, there's going to be a whole lot of space in between where you're going to be by yourself. Who knows what is down there?
Okay, I'm not trying to split the party.
Yeah, I
wanna
just
know-
figured you were feather falling comfortably above us.
Yeah, pretty much is.
But-
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm
But
going with
Featherfall
the party, and
Down, you can't slant it. So like you jump, go like
Oh, I see what you're
Yes.
saying. Yeah.
yes, I'm following all of this. I have no idea like where I'm losing you.
So I'm asking is how many spell slots are you going to attempt to do? You are like 1,500 feet up.
Well, I mean, like, I didn't figure that I would need to use more than one. I was just gonna like jump down to like one of the level areas that
There's
we
no
would be like
levels. It's a
stopping on anyway. Oh, it's just the whole thing is just like a
A
slant,
slant, yes.
like the entire. Okay, then I guess I'm not feather falling. I was imagining something
Is
different,
there a switchback?
and I
involved?
didn't understand what was
misunderstood.
going
Would be
on.
falling past us.
There's not nice easy paths. There's no switchbacks. We're talking.
No, this is like the entire thing is going to be difficult terrain. Okay.
yeah.
This is engineered to be difficult for us and not just use a first level spell to cheat it.
I'm like
over the howling wind, I yell back. Imagine what your boots will taste like after trudging through this hard terrain.
I was failing. Like, what am I saying wrong here?
No, I'm just
It was the
okay.
angle.
Like it has been a day, and
Sure.
like my ability to comprehend like anything right now is kind of on the fritz. So
We love you, Rabin.
I appreciate that.
And Nebula.
All right, so.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and take that ride in that case.
All right, now Hefty is medium,
Yes.
so like it's not really designed to be ridden by more than one medium.
Okay. I was picturing like the horse end of medium, but that makes sense. So,
It's
okay.
usable as a mount for a small creature.
Okay.
You've got a baby Gantuan.
All right. I will just let Nebula ride on him then, and I'll just
Oh
kind of
no,
walk
it's
beside
okay. I'll walk.
with my shillelagh wizard staff going on. Because I am just imagining how epic I look with this glowing staff walking through the snow.
No, actually, it's okay. I'll walk is the Robin response. I'm pretty sure Nebula would take the ride.
All right, so as you yell and scream back and forth through the howling wind, decide upon your path. You don't see any storm clouds. You don't see any signs of weather, but thunder crackles in the distance as you set upon your path, and you feel the wind begin to pick up even more. Hair is blowing in your face. If you've got your your
I'm gonna
cloak.
stand there and look over the crags for a moment and let the lightning in the background and wind blow my hair around and look pretty badass and cool.
All right.
I don't need a cape of billowing. Just does it.
There's no lightning in the distance,
Ah,
you know, but the cape billowing
we can Photoshop that in later.
definitely picks up. But it seems, you know, the wind is kind of fighting against you as you know, begin to make your trek down.
Oh dear. It seems that the wind is picking up here. Do we all need to like cluster together so we don't risk being blown away?
That might not be a bad idea.
So everybody just
like
grab a chunk of hefty fur.
Yes, I'll walk. So is it like a path along a mountainside, or is it? You know what I mean?
But when you say path, there's nothing that is obviously a path. There's nothing that
Okay.
looks slated as this is the direction you should go.
Yeah.
You just
I'm going to put
pick a
myself.
direction.
I'm going to put Hefty between the falling to my death and whatever part of stable wall I can
Sure.
manage at all times when I can.
So who is taking point on said venture?
Sure, I'll take point.
The ranger.
Yeah, I'm a ranger.
So
I have
go ahead.
I don't know if this is actually snowy, like it counts as Arctic or mountains. My favorite terrain is Arctic.
Mountains.
Okay, I'm not mountains.
This would be mountains. So go ahead and give me a survival.
Okay, I am trained in these, and I'm going to use my Nerdarchy dice, and it has the Nerdarchy sign on the 20. Look at that.
I'm actually trained in
They're
survival.
metal.
Aircraft grade aluminum.
Yes,
You can get them over at Nerdarchy, the store.
that's amazing.
Please,
But they
buy
don't love me super well. I got a 9 plus 5. First roll was below average, so that's a 14 total.
All right, so the wind is picking up, and it's you know, whipping things around. You know, you kind of you know, say, okay, this way, and you begin trekking. And after a couple of minutes, you know, you've definitely you know, kicked a few rocks here and there, and you can see things as they kind of bounce and jangle. Not jangle, but like, you know, bounce and careen off of the different crags in front of you. You can definitely hear it echoing. It's not a, you know, not a smooth path if you had just gone straight and straight in front of you, which would have totally allowed for one slip up and you're riding the mountain down. This has got some nice convenient stop points if you lose your footing.
Okay.
Sadly, you did not choose the best path with that roll of a 14.
Oh no.
So after a little bit, I'm going to need some dexterity checks to see how our footing is going. And Nebula, since you are riding Hefty, you can roll and use Hefty's bonus instead of yours.
I'm not sure that's a good thing. What's Hefty's bonus?
Hefty has a climb
has a
speed,
+2.
so I think you might be okay on Hefty.
He does have a climb speed.
Okay, well then never mind. He doesn't need a roll.
All right.
I got a 6.
So
I do
just
not have a
straight up
climb
dex
speed.
checks?
Just dex check. Yep.
Okay, that's better. My Nerdarchy dice are warming up to me.
Ooh, 16.
It's just straight dex, you said?
Yep.
17.
And what did Tabitha have?
I got a 6.
You had a 6. So you, Tabitha, you wind up losing grip. You step on a rock, weird, turns your ankle, and you wind up losing your footing, you know, careen down 10 feet and wind up taking 3 points of damage as you slam into one of these out-jutting rocks that wind up catching you. You know, the group is able to kind of get to you without much difficulty. The ground from here winds up being a little bit more hilly, bumpy, but you've managed to kind of get through the steeper part of the mountain.
Are you okay, Tabitha?
Did somebody get that on video?
I'm sure that Nebula did with David and Freddie going at it.
And like this whole thing is being taped, so I'm pretty sure it's on. Oh, before I forget,
I meant to do that.
I hand you each a packet of spiced grubs.
Ooh.
And,
What does this do?
You can eat these as a bonus action and gain 3 temporary hit points.
Oh, how nice.
I whipped something up for our next trek into the dungeon for you, 5.
Is there dwarven and elven spices in this?
It is.
It smells like grandma's spice rub.
Yeah, well, the grubs, is a favorite meat for dwarves to use, and then I use the elven spices.
Yeah,
Give it a
smells
little
very
kick.
good.
Well,
You know what? These would be really good in like a cone, like a paper cone full of these things.
Oh yeah, well they're really spicy, so that might be too many of them.
Mm.
Otherwise,
Oh, only one at a time.
Yeah.
Oh. I
It
could.
depends. Like some people can,
Plated.
can take the heat. Other people can't. I don't know.
I feel nothing.
Is that why the dwarven expression, what's for grub?
Yeah.
Where that comes
Yes.
from? So as you begin to gather and begin to trek down, Stephen, go ahead and give me another survival roll.
Okay. All
I don't
right.
trust him after falling. Can I sort of like survival check as well?
Sure.
Okay.
I am trained in it. So
Okay.
That was a really good
notice.
idea on your part.
We'll see.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
I got a 3 + 5 for 8.
All right.
I'm just not getting it tonight.
So you see that there's definitely a spot, Bert, that definitely rises and falls. And you're like, oh well, we've got this spot that if we we kind of like ride it down, climb up a little bit, ride it down. Whereas Tabitha, you wind up seeing to the right of that, definitely an area that seems to be far less on the climby and a little bit smoother on the walk.
Okay, so yeah, I'll sort of. I'm imagining that she's been sort of pointing out, criticizing Burke since falling, just like, you didn't even see that crag, how could you have missed that, and blah blah blah, and just kind of annoying everybody by being hypercritical of him. And then so when he starts going down that other way, I'm like, there's a smooth path right there, and then I'll just sort of like let go of Hefty and feel self-absorbed because I noticed it, and sort of like move ahead of him and just start walking down that way.
Burke looks notably dejected.
Oh,
Pat Burke on the shoulder. It's all right, big guy. It happens.
Well, I know I'm just I'm not very good at being the ranger, and that's kind of what I am as the ranger, so I'm not very good at ranging today.
You're the best ranger I know.
Are you sure it's not Tabitha?
I just want to get down off this mountain.
Tabitha's not a ranger.
Oh.
She's a little bitchy, but not a ranger.
I turn around and say, I'm a lot bitchy.
Ooh, you heard that. I think sometimes I mess up and I say the quiet part's loud and the loud part's quiet.
There's many things you don't know about me.
After a ways, Tabitha, are you remaining in point?
Yeah, she thinks she's better than everybody about this right now.
All right. So what is your passive perception?
10.
So
My passive survival is 13.
sure. So you look back to kind of yell, your last exclamation of "I
Sure.
heard that" when your foot lands on, what normally looked like the mountain face, and as it does so, the rest of you see like the dirt kind of puff up as if it was covering something. And then that thunder that you heard seemed to
I see.
reissue itself
Thank you.
as a bolt of lightning slams down into Tabitha. So go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Did you say something? You just said dexterity save.
Yes, sir.
Wait, do we start our sessions with inspiration?
Yes.
I'm going to use mine because I suck at those and I have it. So, and I'm going to use it right by saying I'm using it. And I'm glad I did because I rolled a 1 and a 13.
So is the 13 the total?
Yeah.
All right. So you don't quite get out of the way of the full blast.
Okay.
And so you take 30 points of lightning damage.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Oh, I had rock
my
grubs and
gosh.
false life. 30. So
I happen
30.
to roll really well on the damage dice.
Hey, you guys smell something cooking? Because I think it's Tabitha.
Oh dear.
as there's little lightning crackles jumping from the silver skulls of my studded leather armor, I look around and see if did that come from the sky or?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just look
Well,
around.
it came straight down, and whether you look or whether somebody else looks, there is a rune that seems to have absorbed, the lightning,
Oh, like I stepped on it.
like you stepped on it.
Mm.
Maybe we
I'm
should.
gonna
Say, don't step right here, unless you want to
Gonna-
get hit by lightning. It was pretty thrilling.
touch your shoulder
Sure.
and give you back 17 hit points
Oh,
with the
wow.
cure wounds.
Okay.
Here, Tabitha, you might need these too. And I hand you a bag of good berries.
Oh wow.
There are, let me see, 10 good berries.
I don't eat them because I'm watching my figure. I just ate that rock grub.
I make a face at you.
At me or at Tabitha?
At Tabitha.
You won't eat the good berries because she's watching your figure.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll pretend like I'm like,
Maybe I should go first because I can at least absorb lightning a little bit and mitigate it if it tries to hit me.
be my guest.
So yeah, I'll take point. He's kind of like as he passes by you, he kind of gives you a look that's like you probably can't tell if it's apologetic or like what exactly it looks like, but it's not a happy look.
Okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't say my insight and perception is terrible.
So yeah, I'll take point.
So after another minute or so, you've established, you do see the path that Tabitha, had selected. Definitely seems to be a smoother path, and you could continue heading that down the mountains. But you also notice that off to the right, there is the first thing that actually looks like a legitimate trail and a cave open.
Ooh.
Well, so my dearest of companions, I see there is a cave. Now, in these sorts of television shows, and comic books and basically every single media we have, when there is a very easy path leading to a cave, there is likely something very hungry in the cave. Oh, wait. I may have a solution for that.
Is it Enzo?
No. However, do you have Prestidigitalis?
Yes.
Yes. Tabitha, may I please have those good berries back?
Sure.
Can you make this smell like bloody meat?
Yeah. Absolutely. It can make it taste like bloody meat too.
Okay, let's do that. And then I would like to huck it to the entrance of the cave.
Should we put the explosives in the bag?
That would have been a good idea.
Are you saying that before the bag is chucked there, Enzo?
Oh,
No.
I just yeah.
No, probably as he chucks it.
I feel like if we were to put the explosives in the bag as we chuck it, you know, without like actually knowing what's in there, it'll turn out to be like a kitten or something. So I don't want.
Hey, here's a pertinent question. If you set the timer on the one, can you, if you go to it before the time goes, like you turn it off, or is it like it's armed? That's it.
As far as you are aware, it is either
Okay.
set, you know,
You can't turn it off. Okay, got it. Just making sure.
All right. So, how long do you wait?
I think we probably Burke will tell everybody to hide, and then we will like wait, I don't know, 5 minutes or less.
Does anyone have a way to waft the smell into the cave?
I can swing my sword at it a lot. I can swing it pretty hard.
Yeah.
I could set it on fire and make it like smoke that goes further. That's all I could think of.
Are we essentially leaving a flaming bag of poop on some creature's doorstep?
Not
that your good
exactly.
berries are poop.
It's a flaming bag of good berries that will fill something up for 10 berries worth.
Okay.
If they eat it.
So, you know what? Maybe we should just peek in the cave. Oh, well, you know, you can't. Well, I don't know. How long have we been traveling?
You sending Freddy?
I send Freddy.
Tonight he's going to have himself a real good time.
So, Freddy, you know, peers down and looks into blackness.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ted. I didn't catch that. I had I had Queen stuck in my head. I'm sorry.
Sure. So Freddy goes into the cave, and it is just utter blackness.
Lights on.
Darkness.
Oh. Like the arcane kinds.
Hey, are you that kind of warlock?
No, what kind of warlock? Do you know?
Kind of can see in the dark. What kind of can see in the dark?
I didn't know there was all kinds of warlocks. I can't see in the dark.
Well, we set the bag and it should be smelling like something it would want to eat if there's something carnivorous in there. So I guess we go on if nothing comes out. And if nobody stops me, I'm just gonna like creep past and try to like sneak by the cave.
Sneak past it or go in it?
Sneak past it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak without it noticing, or whatever could be in there noticing that we are going past, or that I'm going past.
All right, make a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, roll a 1.
Oh, please no.
Roll a 1.
It lasts up to an hour, so we're probably is Pass Without Trace still up?
Yep.
Okay, so that means I get plus 10 on top of whatever I roll. So, man, these dice hate me. I'm so glad I have Pass Without Trace. So I rolled a 5.
Oh,
but I get 5, which is 10, and then I have plus 10 from Pass Without Trace, so dirty 20.
Oh, hey, look at that. Turned a trace into no
All right.
trace.
Well, that went pretty well, so I will follow my companion and sneak by.
All right.
I'm gonna watch all
Well.
them go from concealment.
That will give me a 24.
Ooh.
That's with
All right.
disadvantage too.
Understood.
Ah,
Why do you have disadvantage?
armor.
Oh, I was like, do we all have disadvantage? F.
Who's next?
I'm going last. I'm watching to see if anything grabs them.
Okay, so I guess I'll go next.
All right. Are you stealthing?
Yes.
What do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be stealthy too.
18. Not bad.
All right.
6.
6 total?
See,
You have
I
plus
thought-
10.
I honestly
Oh,
thought I was the
16
one
then.
that was.
6. I forgot about the pass. 16.
I was like, how do you have a minus 4?
That's how klutzy she is. The dice
thought
said
I was-
minus 3.
Thought I was gonna be the one that screwed this up because I'm such a shining star.
You were too good at your role. She was so good at stealthy that they saw her.
Oh, I probably have to roll for Hefty, don't I?
Well, I would imagine was Hefty was going before Tabitha.
Sure.
Does a 21 hit you, Tabitha?
A 1?
21.
Oh, 21. Yeah.
All right. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, we're going in the darkness.
Oh no.
You don't know that. She's strong. Yeah. 21.
All right. So something long, slimy, and sticky shoots out of the darkness around your ankle.
Oh,
You take 15 points of necrotic
Much?
damage. 15,
15.
1 5.
Okay. All right.
And it tries to begin pulling you in, but you resist the pull.
I say something's in the dark, and can I do anything? Or?
Well, it's whatever it is wrapped around your ankle. So I guess we would go into initiative.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
the roll was to avoid getting pulled further in.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
18.
my gosh. Oh, wait, I'm gonna be rolling my
I also
Nerd-
got an 18.
I'm gonna roll my Nerdarchy dice. Wow. I rolled a 4 plus 2 for 6.
no, I rolled a 1 plus 3 for 4 total.
Oh.
You know what? That's probably the best. If one of us was gonna roll a 1, it's a good thing that it's me because I'm mostly healing spells and not a whole lot else.
Cool. Please, Enzo, roll well.
You did already.
You're going to carry this party.
You both-
So,
We gotta save Tabitha.
So Enzo and Tabitha, who is going first?
Well, I'm currently in the creature's grasp. Can I go first? Since I'm the one who triggered it and it's on me.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spirit Shroud, and spectral swords just materialize all around me.
Ooh.
That lasts for 1 minute until it ends. Any attack I make deals 1d8 extra damage when I hit a creature that is necrotic, radiant, or cold. I'm going to say necrotic because it's all creepy and shit.
Ooh.
And any creature that takes the damage can't regain hit points until the start of their next turn. And any creature of my choice that I can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of me has its speed reduced by 10 till the start of its next turn. That is my action. I'm going to cast Booming Blade and just take up my greatsword and swipe down at the tentacle.
Ooh. That's a good spell.
17 to hit.
I should have looked at that a second ago. Yes. that
Okay,
hits.
so that's going to do. Oh wait, actually, okay. The normal attack, so it's a great sword. So that's it's going to be 6 and 8 slashing damage, 2 thunder damage, and 7 necrotic damage, and all of those are effects. That one off as well.
All right.
So, and so if it moves, it's going to take the thunder damage, and then its speed is reduced by 10. And that's it.
All right. Enzo.
So this is like a snowy cave entrance.
No, there is not snow.
Oh, there's no snow. I guess for some reason I was thinking snow.
And it can't regain hit points.
All right. How high up is the cave entrance? How tall is it?
It's tall, like it's a good solid 15 feet.
I would like to try and parkour up towards the top of it, and then like slam the explosive into the center, and then like kind of fall and roll away.
Sure.
Athletics check.
Sure.
Oh, I'm going to use inspiration the wrong way.
Sure.
That's a
What do you mean?
19.
Oh,
Athletics check.
that,
And yeah, so I just run up, kind of like, do the run up the wall thing, and get a couple steps up and just like jam the explosive into the center at the top of the entrance there, and just like turn it to detonate and kind of roll away.
All right. So it's going to blow up with you there. That's what you're looking for, right? You wanna make a
Unless
dex
I can.
save to-
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I want it to blow up. So you
All right,
say,
so give me a dex save.
okay. That is a 13.
There's a 13. All right. So there's too much, juking and then exploded, far more than you thought. So go ahead and roll the 4d6 damage.
It is 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. So you take 20. I'm going to give this thing a saving throw as well, which he's. Oh, okay. So you definitely explode rock.
explode.
All around the area. Thankfully, none of your other companions are blasted with the rock, but some definitely go in, and you definitely hear some like a deep guttural voice cry out as if something has hit it, but it did not explode enough to cause the whole thing to come in and block it in.
Son of a bitch.
Good attempt. You'll earn a couple points for that attempt.
All right. Oh, that hurt. It didn't work.
Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's my actions.
All right, Burke.
Okay. So Burke is gonna run up and he sees the area of magical darkness and he looks visibly shaken. And he is going to turn to the creature's tentacle that is holding Tabitha currently. And he's going to cause a fire to appear in his hand and then just chuck it right at the tentacle so that he can try to sever it from Tabitha or get it to let go.
Sure.
Thanks.
So that is an N for Nerdarchy.
Oh yeah!
So that would make it a that's a natural 20. I'm hoping that's not a natural one.
It's 20. It's a 20, damn it.
No, you want them to be happy when they see your
+5,
logo.
so 25 to hit.
Yeah, it's a you hit.
Okay. And then I would like to also mark it with my ranger favored enemy. So, because I took that variant from Tasha's.
Mm.
So that means I
Sure.
get to do an extra D6 damage. So it's
Dude,
2d8 plus a
ranger marks
D6.
Plus
something
2d6. You double all the dice.
Oh, that's right. So, okay, so that's 6 plus 11. That's 17 plus. Okay, an N on the 8. So that's an 8. So that's 19. Or sorry, 24 plus a 7 is 31. So 31 fire damage.
Oh.
Woo! Burke. I suddenly look at him like, oh, he looks really
Oh, yeah, he looks visibly terrified by this.
I thought he looked pretty heroic. Diving in to save me.
So, very, very expertly done. The whatever this thing is that has come out seems to have been struck with all kinds of fire and rock and sword, but it is still continuing the struggle.
Okay.
When what you begin to find out that this appendage is actually nothing more than the tongue of this massive frog-like
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
okay.
out of the darkness next to Tabitha.
Well, it's going to take thunder damage for doing that.
Well, it
Does
didn't
it move 5 feet?
The tongue is what you cast it on. The tongue is still there.
Well, it's on the creature.
No, it's on the creature.
Okay, well then it'll take its damage.
I mean, unless it's 2 stat blocks, I guess booming blade and just attack.
Okay, sure.
And its speed was reduced also. That's 6 thunder damage.
All right.
It can't regain hit points, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Sure. I've got a 23 Tabitha.
Oh, yeah. My armor class is 11, so.
Oh, my gosh.
Are you naked?
No, I have -1 for my dex, and she's wearing the best armor I have is studded leather. If I was naked, my armor class would be 9.
You take 25 necrotic damage
All right.
as you are pulled into its massive gullet. As you see, or as the rest of you see Tabitha disappear into this thing's massive maw, the legs kind of kicking out as it slowly or very quickly swallows your companion.
Right.
Tabitha!
Nebula.
Okay. Is anybody other than Tabitha injured? Because I'm pretty sure I can't get a hold of her right now.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, how
Self-inflicted.
What is it?
I'm down 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will give you a cure wounds in that case for 14.
Thanks, Nebula.
And who wants inspiration?
Ooh, pick me.
Take it.
Yes. Now that we know what this is, I have a plan.
Good.
Hmm.
All right.
Do we go to the belly of the beast?
We go to the top of the
Okay.
order, which is Tabitha.
All right. I'm inside of it.
Takes 7 points of necrotic damage at the start of your turn.
All right. Okay. I am going to cast a ray of. Wait. I'm going to drop my Spirit Shroud. I'm going to cast Hex on the Froghemoth and Hex its strength as a bonus action. And then as my action, I'm going to cast Ray of Sickness on it from inside.
Okay.
If there was ever a power sheet.
That's my girl.
21.
I rolled it. Dude, it's a 20.
Ooh.
which would be a 20. Well, it's an automatic hit, but 27.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a saving throw.
Oh, no, it's an attack roll. I
Okay.
planned out my spells very well, so I can't hex. So that's going to be 8d8 poison damage, and it has to make a con save of 15 to
Plus
avoid
your
being
hex.
poisoned. Yeah, I'm getting to that. That was just the. So that's 8d8. Okay, let's see. 5, 18, 21, 30 plus the hex. So it's 30 poison, 7 necrotic. And then that con saver, it's poison.
Right. I rolled a con save thinking that's what I was. That was a 21. So
Okay, so yeah, that passes. But yep, so it's a lot of poison and necrotic damage.
all right. Enzo.
All right. Yes, there's only one thing to do, and that is throw some darts. I will take a negative, which that one's gonna miss.
I've never fought a froghemoth first fighting.
That's gonna be a 15. And all right. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to use a maneuver on it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, it's like a giant necrotic toad thing.
It is a giant toad thing.
Oh, that's cool too.
I'm gonna try and trip it.
You're gonna try and trip it, huh?
Yeah.
It's massive. It looks strong, but sure.
I know. I don't actually want it to fall over. I just want to do that.
Oh,
dude, imagine the frog legs you can make out of this thing.
Strength save.
Yeah, DC 14.
Gonna be eating good in the locker room tonight.
No problem with that. I got an 18.
All right, so I'm gonna do 16 points of damage. I will quick toss for another attack as a bonus action.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Oh no, never mind. I did it
right. And yeah, that automatically does it. So that's going to be.
I knew getting you was the right decision.
Another whopping 10 points or 20 points of damage.
Oh, jeez! I'm a quick toss.
How much did I say on that first one?
16.
That was 26. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Those kitchen utensils are deadly.
And that's all I got.
Can't stand the heat. Get your ass out the kitchen.
Burke.
Okay. I would like to run up to where the berries are and pick them up. And then I would like to cast Speak with Beasts. And I would like to say, oh, hey, this right here in this bag is going to be a lot more filling than what's in your mouth right now, and it's not going to fight back. So if you just open up, I'll toss it in there for you.
He's so good-natured.
Does that end your turn?
Yes. Am I persuasive with it?
And this is where you. This is where you.
Nebula for this.
Does he warm the devil toad's heart?
Does a 20 hit you, Burke?
Yes, it does.
Hey, maybe you'll get the berries in there after all. I could use some. Like, just wait in here. They'll cut us out eventually.
You take 29 points of piercing damage as it attempts to bite you and the bag and all of that jazz.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's not really an attempt if he does bite you. He literally just bit him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it eat the berries? Does it get 10 hit points back?
It probably
It
does,
actually-
but it would also be very full.
Wow, yeah, that's weird. It is technically putting them in its stomach.
Right, but didn't your ability stop it from being able to regain hit points?
Oh yeah, that's right.
It does, so it can't regain hit points, but it feels the
Wow.
fullness.
Man, now that's a sage advice question to ask, right? If you're in a frog and you've cast Ray of
Oh.
Sickness and then it swallows somebody else holding good berries, do they get the health?
Nebula.
Answer that.
All right. Injury check.
I have 29 hit points missing, so I'm at 23 health.
He can't take that again.
Oh, you didn't get swallowed?
He did not.
No,
okay.
it's a little full right now.
Oh, it can only do one. Okay, got it.
And now it feels fuller.
Mhm.
Take 16.
Me?
Yes.
Hey,
Necrotic toad. That's creepy.
16.
Know what this is?
Is it a thing? I just assume you make stuff up because you like
Oh,
making it.
well, I modify every stat block, but
Is it an ice toad? Does it speak ice toad?
Is it a devil
Toad.
toad?
I
Big
did
death
explain
toad.
it was like standing on its back legs. It's humanoid-esque.
Oh, I don't know. Is it a giant bullywug or something? I don't know.
All right. So does that end your turn, Nebula?
First I'm gonna get Tabitha inspiration, but then yeah.
Don't you need to see?
See or hear.
Oh, did I get swallowed?
No.
No, I did.
Tabitha swallowed.
Oh, that's
Tabitha
right. No,
must
you need to be able to hear me. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help you, sis.
see or hear. Can she hear from inside the rock?
I can only hear the squirting of gastric juices around my feet.
Blinded
That's
and
graphic.
restrained. Or she's
Okay.
blinded and restrained.
Enzo in that case.
I'll take it. Thank you.
And we got another 10 points of necrotic for Tabitha.
All right, that means I'm down, so I gotta make my death save.
Nope.
Ah,
No.
Oh, you just die?
No. You are at 0 and stabilized.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Ah, man.
That's right out of the book.
Oh no, yeah, no, I not because I just wanted to use my
Creature reduces
cling to
0 hit
life
points in
thing.
this
But
way.
I'll cling to life at another time.
A creature reduces 0 hit points in this way, stops taking necrotic damage, and becomes stable.
Oh, okay.
oh.
Well, that's a friendly
Now I'm
frog
just like
monster.
basking in it, like, oh, it's like so painful. And like, oh, like go beyond that point. You're like, it's kind of nice.
It feels so good to die.
I'm just gonna sit here a minute.
So
Enzo.
emo. Well, I see the bulge stop moving around in the frog's belly, and I get a little nervous. So all right.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right. Taking the penalty.
Wait.
What? You got something?
Isn't there something? I thought there was something where, like, whenever I stabilize, something happens. Go ahead.
What is
Oh,
your
yeah.
What is your
Oh
inspiration?
no, it's when I succeed on it. Oh yeah, then I would want to make a death save. Yeah, when I make a death saving throw, I just get hit points back.
Is
Still a
inspiration
D6.
a D6? Okay. Don't fail me now, die. Okay. It's a 15, and I think that hit before.
15 does hit. Just barely.
And that's going to be 20. I'll try and trip it again. 28 points of damage.
So it tries to resist the trip, but it
Yeah.
falls over anyway because it's out of that precious resource of hit points.
Oh, nice.
So the Banderhob drops.
It's a Banderhob.
Well, I have another attack, so I'm going to run up with my other dart and begin cutting the stomach to try and pull out Tabitha. Come on, girl, get out of there.
I'm just
We're
laying
not-
in the.
we're
in
not
the
done
necrotic
yet.
juice. So I'm stable, right? Does that mean I have like 1 hit point?
You're
No,
you have
zero.
zero.
I have 0 hit points.
Yeah, you're stable at 0.
Okay. Do I? So I don't have to make death saving throw.
Correct.
Damn. I'd be better off if I could.
I'm sorry, man.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking.
Maybe
of
next time. Maybe next time. Come on, Burke, help me cut her out.
Oh, alrighty then. I'll run up and try to help him however I can.
So yeah, with a little bit of effort, you're able to get Tabitha out of the creature, but she is not moving.
Nebula, can you
Yes.
heal her?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The bag and the good berries do seem to be gone though.
Okay. Whew.
That was his
Ooh.
favorite pouch. Son of a. Is the darkness still in the cave?
Yep.
I
Ah,
wanna-
that was a good roll. 21 hit points.
nice.
Ooh, all right.
I
all
want to
right.
try and go see if I can see if I guess I need a light. I guess I'll light a torch and go into the cave and like along the wall and see if
Okay.
like
So I
So you light
imagine Nebula is the
step into
first person I
darkness.
see there.
and yet you still see darkness.
yeah. So I'll just like kind of like go in on the left side, keep my hand to the wall, and keep going around to see like if I can kind of like come out of the darkness or if there's like if I can like kind of figure out the general layout of the cave.
How long do you explore for?
Hansel.
I'm also like shuffling my feet too, so like if I run out of floor, I don't know. I go for like 30 seconds.
Okay. So 30 seconds, it seems to be, just a straight path. You don't see any breakages. Doesn't seem to be, any light or anywhere that the light that you're carrying with you illuminates anything.
All right, then I'll just turn around and go back.
All right. So while Enzo steps into the darkness, what do the rest of you do?
I'm going to clutch Nebula's arm and confide in her that was so revolting.
Oh, I bet that looked gross. Oh, do you want some of the slime removed from you? I'm gonna start prestidigitating slime.
Yeah, it's all in my hair.
It's all right. We can fix this.
It's like necrotic slime.
Oh.
So like wasn't all bad slime because it had that going for it, but
Oh yeah, that makes it so much better.
Guys, he went in this cave. He went in the dark and I can't see him even though he had a torch. And I don't know if he's still in there. Anzo!
Yeah, I'm coming.
So no
You're not coming.
reply. A few minutes goes by and Enzo has not returned.
Enzo? I can't. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do right now. I don't know. And he
Hey,
just kind of
calm
starts
down.
pacing and holding his head and just like
Oh.
panicking.
Oh, Burke, it's okay. It's okay. We'll go in after him. It'll be fine.
No, we can't go in there.
Why not?
We can't. We can't.
Why not?
We can't do it. No, I
But why
can't.
not?
I can't.
But why
the dark.
not?
No, I can't do the dark.
You don't. Oh.
No, I can't.
Close your
I can't
eyes.
do the dark. That's
Close your
not
eyes.
better. It's still dark.
Close your eyes out here.
He's just like visibly panicking. Like
Okay, I'm gonna like
Panic attack.
hands on arms, Burke. I will hold one hand and Tabitha will hold the other, and we will not let go. We'll make a chain. We'll move through the cave because I don't think we should be letting go of each other in there anyway. We will find Enzo and we will get out, and it'll be fine.
I'll hold
on a
that my
second.
hand for Burke. It'll be okay. Nebula knows what she's doing.
Sure.
Okay. I would like to touch Hefty and cast Beast Sense.
Okay.
Is that where you can see through their eyes and stuff?
Yeah, I can perceive through all of his senses instead of mine. So any senses he has, I have.
Score.
All right, that's my second level spell slots. I'm out of second level spell slots. So okay, he's still very nervous and probably shaking, but he will go if Hefty's coming too.
So you guys, walk in as a group, and doesn't take too long. I'm gonna roll a d4. All right, Nebula.
Yes.
You bump into Enzo.
Okay.
4 points of fire damage as the torch collides with you. You couldn't see. He couldn't see you. As you're,
And I assume he can't hear me as I loudly swear and say something along the lines of, why do you still have the torch lit if it's magical darkness?
At this point in time, you can hear each other.
Because in case I came out of the darkness.
I guess that's a good point, but I'm still mad about it.
Sorry. Do I
Did you
smell
find anything?
burnt air? No, it's just dark in here.
It is.
It just,
Sure.
We need to get out of here. Oh, that sounds weird. We need to get out of here.
what do you mean it sounds weird? It just sounds like it always sounds.
No, never mind. No, we need to get out of here.
All right. I was heading back out.
And his voice sounds different.
Perks.
Mm-hmm. Totally different pitch.
Okay. Then I guess then we would turn around and start heading back out.
Can we leave, DM?
Does anybody have an extra hand for Enzo to hold?
Well, one of us does, because we're on either side of
So
Yeah.
you're able to get out of the cave. All 5 of you are there.
Does it look like a great deal of time has passed?
As far as you're aware, things look normal.
We need to hurry to the exit. Oh, that's
okay,
so
why
weird.
why?
Because remember how he was gone for a long time, but he sure didn't act like it.
And so how long was it for you?
I don't know. I counted off like 30 Mississippis.
30 prestidigitation.
That's good. That's a good one. I like that a lot.
Like, he acted like it wasn't a big deal, but we were all worried about him, and he didn't seem to understand why. So,
well,
how
I
long-
mean,
How long was I gone? I was only gone, a minute or so.
no, you were gone for several minutes.
okay. Okay. So,
Well,
worst case scenario, we
Does
were in
Freddy
there for
have
several
a
minutes.
chrono thing? A chrono counter?
Oh,
Freddy. I thought you said the froggy thing. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, I'll go ahead and
I was like,
check
does the
Freddy.
Banner have some kind of time?
So the overall run timer is showing 1 hour and 17 minutes.
Okay, is that how long it's supposed to have been?
Closer to like 27 minutes.
Oh,
Wait, it's only been 27 minutes for us, but an hour and 17 minutes has passed?
Yep.
Oh, that's weird. Is there any of those rune thingies? I mean, I stepped on the one. Kind of hurt me a little bit, but
Well, maybe it was the cave. The cave had some temporal thing going on. I guess we better hustle down this mountain.
yeah, I meant like runes.
Yeah. Let's just figure it out on the other side of the run.
Okay.
Or we can talk as we go.
that sounds like a plan to me.
So give me either if I'm assuming you guys are looking to do haste, to move quickly.
Yes.
Oh, I was like, is that an option?
Mhm.
No.
Give me haste. Hey, we can call on our. We haven't used their sponsorship. Is that something we can use once per session, or is that like we're not?
Yeah, but when we use our sponsor, it's usually to blow things up and hurt things.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some sort of a vehicle or something that has weapons on it. Like a truck with swords on the front or something. I don't know.
We could get a truck with swords on the front.
Even better if they catch fire.
No, you had me with the swords on the front.
Then you got ridiculous.
Power should make you say,
Oh no, he said
it. Well, they don't really have a truck with swords. Let's see here. What would be the closest equivalent?
A horse-drawn buggy where there's a sword tied to the horse's head.
No. All right, so a large package. It's got to be at least
How about bullet bill?
wide.
Can we get a bullet bill?
One of those guys with the orange shirts
begins, parachuting down, and it's a big crate with that triple emblazoned M upon its side.
That looks good.
And as it lands, it does that that self not unpacking but self opening, opens up to the side. All four sides fall down, leaving that open crate, and in there are a selection of hoverboards.
Oh, okay.
Are any of them pink?
There's one that has like a splash, like a smattering of pink on it.
Dibs.
They definitely seem stylized for each of you. One that's slightly oversized with like the extra clip-in spots for hefty.
Yes.
A sidecar. It basically has a sidecar on it.
Because Hefty's better at hoverboarding than Burke by a long shot.
I'll get the one with the skulls and swords motif.
Oh, I thought that was pirates, but that does make more sense now.
I do like fishing.
You can either make an acrobatics or performance with dexterity for your ride down.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty good at performance. I'm quite charismatic.
I'm going with acrobatics.
Dirty 20.
Oh,
So what does that look like, Nebula? How?
oh wait a minute.
You're using performance, so how are you being showy with your ride down the mountain?
Like, I'm absolutely just doing like tricks and stuff. I'm like doing like I do a donut, like the hoverboard version of doing a donut. At one point I like hop off of it and like over a thing and like get back on there. I'm just like like all kinds of hand motions and just flourishes everywhere. I've got my my little bots hovering around me like the parts of an atom, Yeah. I look cool.
Nice. Enzo, what do you have?
I have a performance of 19.
Performance of 19. So what does that look like for you?
He's doing like this little like side to side dance as he goes down on his hoverboard, juggling his knives in one hand, and then like he's got his shield in the other, where he'll kind of like bump the knives every once in a while with it.
Okay. Tabitha.
I rolled a 7, so she's going like super slow and just like maybe even just sometimes like kneeling down, like holding onto the board with her hands as well as it's just like. I could probably walk faster than that, but it was a really.
I'll interpose, and you can tell me if you like this better. But given Tabitha's typical personality, she gets on the board and just kind of crosses her arms and just glides down unmoving.
I like kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Burke.
I got
My
21,
companions did a
19
good
plus
enough
2.
job to look awesome.
I got
My
19 plus
friends
2.
did.
For acrobatics.
Burke?
So
Okay.
So I picture Hefty's just kind of sitting there, clamped in the board, chewing like he does, like no, like not really caring about anything. And then Burke is actually steering, and because I went with acrobatics, he's going for the jumps. And at one point, there's one of those like overhead things that connects and just like loop-de-loops around it.
And what did you get for your roll?
21.
21. So eventually you guys get down to the end of the mountain, and you do see the runic archway down. It's actually kind of in between a set of trees, and you wind up, coming through, as stylish as you possibly could be, as you, cross forth into, the exit. I imagine, at least one of you is kind of like eyeing up the sigils, looking at, what had happened the day before yesterday about, things changing. But all seems right. All seems in order as you, cross through and, cross out into the exit area. You're led into the room. That you had done last time, where there's the chairs and beverages and refreshments and all of that stuff, as well as the host, the dungeon master, who's there, and he asks with bated breath that after the fight, why did you decide to take almost an hour before you continued your venture down?
You don't know.
Wasn't the cave rigged to take more time? Like we went in there for a few seconds and it came out to be much longer.
We show you, like, you had a picnic.
No, we absolutely did not have a picnic. We walked in there and stayed in there for a couple of minutes before we came out.
That's not what we're seeing.
Freddie, David.
Yeah, I have the data.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to, have this looked into. Why don't you leave those with me? Head on back to the locker room. We get set up for the next one.
Was that cave supposed to be magical darkness?
Yeah, it's just where the creature was hiding.
I leave David, but I'm keeping Freddie with me because I need at least one that hasn't, that absolutely 100% has not been contaminated by anybody else.
That's fine. Displacer beasts are going to be up next. We'll hold off on final points here, and while we're trying to figure this out, this is rather an anomaly.
How would we have a picnic? We don't have anything for a picnic. And we didn't take anything in either.
You took the bag of berries.
Yeah, a bag of berries.
That
That's
is
not the same
not
as a picnic. That's like travel rations or, food for a giant monster that's very hungry.
Also, the frogman monster ate the berries.
Yeah, and being inside him was no picnic.
Well, like I said, we'll have this reviewed. Thankfully, this is not all live, and we can kind of examine things. Like I said,
well, despite that, it was another thrilling delve from the sensational chimera. I think we all had a pretty exciting time.
I'm glad to hear it. Other than the time lapse issue, things
Do you
look
think this
really
is
good.
related to the portal issue?
Well, there's a team looking at that as well.
Hey, is that going to count as us taking a rest? If their footage,
yeah, that's what it looked like you did. You took,
I think you should have the teams that are looking into each of these issues talking to each other, because it doesn't feel like that's unrelated to me.
Well, we can certainly do that. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to share with this kind of any kind of points towards the the screen in front of you? Kind of get any kind of last minute comments.
Pick up the phone, call.
This is not a telethon.
Yeah, it's how they vote. They have to call and vote for us.
The sensational chimera, everyone.
Something fishy's going on here, and it's not very froggy. It's something else, and it's very dark.
Yeah, march down to the studio, protest, fight, fight, fight.
Oh,
Maybe that's not the thing I was gonna say.
no.
I don't know. All I have to say is the fans and sponsors supporting us out there while we were doing it is what I was thinking about when we were overcoming that incredible challenge.
Excellent. That's kind of that's the spirit of what we like to hear.
I do like spirits, DM.
So you guys head on out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And before you even step into the locker room's main chamber, you hear a lot of raised voices, and that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh,
What?
So, we'll see what happens on episode 5.
Was it 5
of
already?
Dungeons and Delving.
Oh my goodness. These are going by too quickly.
Well, with that, until next time, folks.
Stay
Nerdy.
nerdy.
Nerdy.